Howdy folks, exciting day today. It's New Vermouth Day. So I got some new vermouth I've actually never tried before. I thought I would just try it out, put it through its paces, so to speak, and see what we think. It's called Mancino Vermouth. It's made by a fella named Giancarlo Mancino in Italy. I don't know much about this vermouth, never actually heard of it before. I went on the internet to try and see what I could find out. Got the website, which gives you the rundown of the botanicals, but not a whole lot of other information. The botanicals include 3 kinds of wormwood: juniper, rhubarb, aloe, angelica, cinnamon, oregano, etc., etc. Normally I like to save some of the previous bottle of vermouth so I can do a side-by-side, but I failed to do that due to poor planning. So this Mancino sweet vermouth, it's in a Torino style, the same style as the Cochi, but they also have a dry vermouth, they have a Canotto, they have a Vecchio, which is like an aged vermouth. They have some kind of coffee-infused thingy, but they also have something called Sakura, which is like a white wine vermouth that's infused with cherry blossoms and violets. That sounds pretty interesting, although it is almost $50 for 500 milliliters, so I don't know. I'd like to try it, and I might, but it's a little bit expensive. Anyway, let's just try this vermouth and see what we think. It's got, a nice dark reddish color, like you'd sort of expect. Smells good. Cherries, cinnamon maybe. I mean, it tastes a lot like what you expect vermouth to taste like. It's a little bit thinner than what I remember Torino being, and it's got a little bit of like a sour aftertaste. It's not too sweet. It's sort of a little bit thinner mouthfeel. Pretty good. I have a feeling this is gonna mix well. It doesn't have a lot of like strong, overpowering flavors. Around here there are folks that are making vermouth locally, and I feel like they like to make sort of really strongly flavored, like interesting vermouths that taste good to drink by themselves, but maybe don't play so well in cocktails. I feel like this is more sort of your traditional Italian style that isn't trying to do too much, and I feel like it's gonna work out okay in the drinks. So yeah, let's do that. Let's try a few cocktails to see how it performs. I think I'm gonna do a vermouth cocktail, naturally. I'll do a classic Negroni, and I was thinking I might just do a Manhattan, but maybe instead I'll do a reverse Manhattan. That should showcase the vermouth a little bit more. So let's mix those up. We did it. Let's give these a taste. I'm going to start with the vermouth cocktail. So for the vermouth cocktail, I did 2 ounces of vermouth. I did about a fat quarter of Cointreau Noir, a couple dashes of Angostura, and a dash of absinthe. Get a little bit of cherry flavor, maybe. You get some of that absinthe. The Cointreau gives it a little bit of a spiciness. Yeah, delicious. So far, I'm liking this vermouth. Let's move on to the Negroni. For this Negroni, I'm sticking with Beefeater. I want to keep the gin simple because I want to see how the vermouth performs. Let's give it a try. Hopefully you noticed my duck ice. Negronis are delicious. You almost can't go wrong. Sometimes Negroni gives me a little bit of like a chocolate vibe. This one's giving me more of a fruity vibe. Some of the fruitier notes from the Campari are sort of emphasized with this vermouth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, this vermouth isn't too sweet, so this is a nice bitter Negroni. I am now even more convinced. Let's move on to our reverse Manhattan. Reverse Manhattan, of course, 2 parts vermouth, 1 part rye instead of the other way around. This isn't a drink I drink a lot actually, but I might start. Let's see how this goes. Again, I'm getting a little bit of a cherry note from this vermouth. It's not too sweet. It's got a little bit of like a rhubarb sour note to it. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Reverse Manhattan. I'm enjoying it. It's not as strong and boozy as a regular Manhattan, obviously. It's got just a little bit of that sort of rye spice. It's mostly kind of a sweeter, lighter drink. All right, I'm gonna say Mancino Vermouth. It's pretty good. It's not like trying to be hard to be a weird new product. It's like just a solid red Italian vermouth. It's working great in these cocktails. It tastes pretty good on its own. If it's available in your area and you want to give it a try, go for it. I got nothing bad to say about it. All right, hopefully that was helpful. If you got any other drinks you think I should try with it, let me know down in the comments, and we'll see you next time.